starting, I'll show you and we'll leave. Okay, so that's the simplest thing. So actually, there is a few good more things are there. One is a job process management, user management kind of stuff is also there. So I will tell a small part in a user management. So useradd is a command to add a user. Passwd is a command to change the password. To add a user in Linux, okay, useradd is a command. So you want a syntax wise, you can use it like a username. Change the password. Change the password. Okay, so again, username, because you can change your password, but when you add a user for other users, if you want to change the password like this one, do change password. Okay, so these are the two commands. Next, there is a certain files you must know to that kind of files like /etc/passwd file, /etc/group file, /etc/shadow file. User information like a username, user ID, group ID, home directory, login shell. This information is available under passwd. It means what is a login name, username or a login name, user ID, group ID. I'm typing directly group ID, home directory. What is your by default home directory? Okay, login shell. Sometimes certain accounts don't have a login shells. That's so important. Next, this is a group information. Means your group name, group ID, supplementary or a secondary. Users in the group. Forget about this. You won't get any group members list there. Shadow is a password information. Okay. Shadow password related information means if you given a, it will stores encrypted password and get a direct password. So you'll get a encrypted password. Okay, password age, expiry, warning, like this. Password related settings. These three files are very important when you are dealing with the user management. So as I promised today, I will start it with the user management. So I'm doing this one. Normal user cannot add a user add. So compulsory use root user or a sudo kind of stuff. Sudo I will tell later, but I will tell root user kind of stuff. Okay, so login as a root, do as a root kind of stuff. So I have already root user is there, which is morning only. We switch it. If you have a doubt, then look at here. This is my normal user account. I switch it to root. su space -, enter passwd. Okay, sorry. Password is admin@123 for root. Now I'm a root. See, I no need to log in as a root directly. I can switch from normal user to student or student to normal user. So here it is. Cat space. No. I use less command only. Less space /etc passwd. So these are the user information. You can get it like this. Last user is student 15A. 1000 is a user ID. 1000 is a group ID. And username again. So normal comment name it is. /home/student is a your home directory. /bin/bash is a login shell. Bash shell. Less /etc/group. So you'll get a lot of groups here, including so many other groups. If you go down, you can see a username. The username is nothing but a group name. It is not a username, it is a group name only. Don't worry about it. Shadow. So when you go down, you can see student users password. Student users password. This is the encryption level. 6 means the encryption level. This is the encrypted password of student 15A. This is minimum password is, maximum password is, and warning, and other expiry date kind of stuff also you can fix it. Okay. So this is about your user existing information. For everything you should verify. Okay. I am now root. How to add a user? User add. Username is the spelling is correct. Okay. So I'm adding a user dheeraj. User is added. User is added. So if user is added or not, you can verify from the files. Next, one more I forget, that is ID, username. Like this also you can able to get it. So ID dheeraj. See, that is a dheeraj user name. I put a tail -2 /etc/passwd because I don't require all the data to see it. I want last two information only. See, it is user is created. Earlier this line is not there. Now it is, this line is came because we are added. User ID, group ID, users, home directory, username. Okay. Next, same thing, tail -2 /etc/group. So automatically the group is created by the command automatically with the same username only. This is the group name and group ID. Okay. Next, tail -2 /etc/shadow. This is the password for the user. See, guys, if you observe, user student 15A showing like this. For dheeraj, it is showing like this. Why not it is showing this kind of encrypted data? Because it is a password. So when you fix the password, I am putting a password for a dheeraj. So it is asking a password. I am putting password is dheeraj only. Username, password is same. So then we don't need it to confuse. So I given a password like this. Again, I'm checking the shadow. Look at here. Now it is came. This is the basics of user management. One more thing you can do it like a ls -l/home. Look at here. Users home directory. Dheeraj is added. These are dheeraj. Folder is created. Okay. Folder is created. So this is the basic part 1 of user management. Hashtag represent, you logged in as a root. Dollar represent, you log in as a normal regular user. So this is your thing. Useradd, find out what is the ID of the user. So username, user ID, group name, group ID, number of groups, user in it. Okay, so more like if you are want to work with the Linux, it is more like you have to know how to verify information, or you have to go to that particular information kind of stuff. Okay, now guys, tell me, I want to add a user here. I'll take Gayatri. Username is Gayatri. How to add a username Gayatri?
useradd.
Useradd Gayatri, username, that's it. Once you're added, if you want, you have to give password. Compulsory in Linux, you have to give password. How to give the password for Gayatri?
Password Gayatri.
Tell me.
Admin.
Okay.
R123.
Yes, spelling is okay. Okay, no problem. So you have to implement. Remaining is verifications. First, we have to implement. Useradd
Gayatri.
Gayatri. Passwd.
Gayatri.
And now it is asking a password. I've given a password also Gayatri. ID. This is verification. This is verification. Next. Tail operation. So tail -3. Last 3 lines of a /etc/passwd. So Gayatri name is there. User ID, group ID, home directory name, and bin bash. Next. Group. Gayatri group is created. Gayatri group is created. Shadow. Gayatri having a password. And finally, ls space -l/home. By the name of Gayatri, a directory is created. The directory is okay. So this is here how to add a user and how to add a password to the user. Guys, got it or not?
Yes, sir. Got
Got
it,
it,
sir.
sir.
Normally, user edition is a very simplest part. Okay, but every time I am creating a user, automatically same username group is also creating. If possible, if you are in a GUI mode, then try to find any user related settings kind of stuff. Okay, system settings, foundry, files. So somewhere it will be there. Like this, either it is settings, user kind of stuff. If you have a doubt, user group kind of stuff, so you can also try it. Nothing. Yeah, it is details, users, no other phone, default application, nothing is there. Okay. So thing is, when I creating a user, what happened? Username. When I adding a user, username is there, but the group name is also our username only. Okay, so automatically when you are adding a user, it is adding a user plus it is creating a group. Okay, so when we add a user, automatically a group is created with that user name only. Okay, name only, and user is added to that group, and user is added to that group, and its users primary group. Okay, it's a users primary group. Example, if I create a user1 and the group name is user1, so users primary group, user1 primary group is user1 only. Okay, username is user1 and the group name is user1, so user1's primary group by default user1 group only. So I don't want like that. I'm adding like here is a 14 batch, 15 batch is there. I'll create a 2 groups. I'll add a user into that group. Okay. So first of all, how to add? Okay, just give me a 2 minutes. So, group. I don't mind about people missing, not missing kind of stuff. Okay, that is your responsibility, not my time responsibility. Add group. If you fail in interview, that's your suffering, right? So I don't mind about it. Add group. How to add a group is group add, and give the group name. Okay, if you want to add a group with a certain group ID, you want to add a group with a certain group ID, like you can give a group ID kind of stuff, like a GID. Group ID, it's nothing but a number. Okay, not a thing. So a number and a group name. Like this also you can give. Example, group add -z 1200 for example, and a group 1. This is an example, but I am not doing much. Okay, I'm simply following very easy way. Group add, I'm adding a B15 group. Okay, I'm adding B15 group. Like this. I'm adding a B15 group. And a group ID automatically generated. So we'll see that one. So look at here. Group add B15. Group is added. How to check group is added or not? Way to check. That is user. Group is group. So it is group ID automatically assigned, and this is my group name. This is my group name. Okay. Now I want to add a user. Okay. Now I want to add a user. Okay. And users. Primary group means by default users group is okay. So B15. Understand the question, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So user add -z B15 and a username. So who is alive? Megashyam. Big name, but I will type it. Megashyam. It has become Megashyam, not Megashyam. Yeah, you are right. Small m is better. Megashyam. Okay. So this is, we'll add it. Look at here. User add -z capital 15 Megashyam. Okay. So add it. If you try ID Megashyam, got it? Username is Megashyam, group ID and group name is Megashyam. In the same group, you can add a multiple people, right? You can add a multiple people in the same group. So for example, I will put a Channa Reddy. So look at user add. Don't worry, guys. Tomorrow I will ask how to create a group like a batch 14 group, how to add a user into batch 14, modifications, everything I will ask. Now here it is only to show you how to add a things. See, ID Channa Reddy. Look at here, user ID, group is ID is also same, group name is like this. You can type -3 4 or 5, whatever it is, passwd. Look at here, user IDs are different, group ID same, because of both users are in a same group only. Both users are in a same group only. And also you can try if you want to try in other things like a group. See, this is the group. But in this one, it is not showing. Why? Because it is a primary group for both the users. It is a primary group for both the users. Yeah, you have to give password for them also. Guys, understand? How to add a group?
Add username.
Big names are very difficult to type passwords also. Done. Okay. So this is how to add a user, how to give the password for a user, how to verify the user information. Okay. And also how to add a group, how to add a user. When you are adding a user, how to add a user to a particular group. So this is user add related, group add related one only. Okay. The next class we'll see what we will see about tomorrow morning, user mod. Okay, user mod. Process management top command is still about one more top command, and jobs thing is there. So we'll see that one. So tomorrow morning, user mod, user del, how to delete the users, and how to delete the groups or group del kind of stuff. You can see it. Okay, and also disk management kind of stuff continues. Again, I'm telling guys, tell all your people to join, and don't leave. If really some work is there, then tell us, and maybe we can choose. Okay, we're also having a lot of struggles, right? So same as like a morning 10 o'clock, not like 10:30 today. Okay, so tomorrow morning 10 o'clock. Okay, 9:30 formula not worked today. Automatically I have a lot of morning work came today. I didn't work, but 10 o'clock I will start. 10 o'clock only I will start directly. Okay, so start 9:45. Start logging for a 9:45 only. 10 o'clock I will start. If any changes are there, I will tell. So start be there at 9:45. I'll start the class at 9. Anybody having any doubts or anything, please tell me.
So hello.
Tell me.
So what is the meaning of -G?
Minimum.
Meaning of -G. Meaning of -G.
-D.
G. So you use the user add and -G, and then the batch B15. No, you create a group.
-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, user add. Okay, I got the question. Like, I have a group. The group name is B15. Okay, so I use -z represent,
Yeah.
add a user to this group as a primary group.
Okay.
Also, you can use -z a group ID number. Okay, how many users we can able to add to a single group? It depends upon the system. As I know, there is no future like this, like only 100 users for a group kind of stuff. It is not like that. It depends upon system, how many users you can able to create it. Based on that, users you can able to add it to a single thing. The command I use, I didn't exactly. Yeah, see here it is. Earlier, I don't use this group name. So what happened? User is created, but there is a primary group is created for this user. Only for this use, a primary group is created, and this user is added to that group only. Like you created 100 users, 100 groups will be created, individual groups only. Okay, I want a single group, so all users must be added, okay, to this group only. Like I add a user 1, user 2, user 3, but all should be in the same group only. Why? Because of, if you have some document or a picture or maybe application or maybe a permission, if I given to the group, so all users will get that permission. Okay, so for that one only I want to put everybody into same group, because I can easily give access permission to the group, not to individual users.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why we put it. If every user having their own username, like every group is there, so what will happen? Number of groups will be created, and you cannot control everyone. Again, you have to create some separate group. You have to add all these users or groups into this group. Again, secondary group you have to create. Okay. A user can be, every user has a one primary group, guys. Listen very carefully. Every user must be in a group that is a primary group. Okay, he is in a primary group. So when you type a command like here it is ID like this. See, username, group ID. This is the primary group of the magazine. Okay, primary group. Okay, next, user can be in other groups also, but the groups are secondary groups. The groups are secondary groups or supplementary groups. Supplementary groups. Okay, user, it can be in a multiple groups, but compulsory in a one, in a primary group. Compulsory in a primary group. That is compulsory. But supplementary groups optional. Either you can be in a supplementary group or not. The primary group option is -Z. Supplementary group option is capital Z. Okay. Small z represent you are adding a user to the primary group. Sorry, for users. For user, group is primary. For user, group is primary. You are adding a user to a group. For user, that is a supplementary group. Then this is an option. Okay. Lot of people already left happily. Okay, guys, go and practice. Tell all your friends, either in your WhatsApp message, compulsory practice. Me or don't know, maybe next day or maybe any time you may face an interview or maybe a mock interview. I'm telling frankly, mock interview also, like sometimes we will check suddenly they will check like how much they learn. Okay, be prepared. Well preparedness is important. Go now and practice. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I'm stop recording.